Hello, welcome to first cast I'm doing in ranked battles on AU server. So first game of the day, we're watching Spencer here in his TVP. He's on Redshirt. What's ranked now? Basically, it's 10v10. I've been playing it a bit myself, you know, on AU server, and you know, it's a lot of fun, quite high tempo games. Kind of experience that I've been struggling to find in pubs. So yeah, if you have a chance to play it, definitely worth hopping on. So Spence here, he's gonna start off by playing mid, trying to make as much use of EVR spotting as he can. Takes the mid ridge, and he lights the object and the CS, or the EVR a little bit, but you know, not too much consequence. I think he's also trying to get lights on the one line if he spots anything over there. So now he sees an opportunity that he can make use of. This is his first, but oh, that pressure like letting him down. Tracked him. That could have been a great opportunity to get some damage in, but quite happy that way. Bounce again on the STB, and he's on reload. Not the best first clip, but it comes super conk a little bit out of position as he's crossing into the mid gully of everyone else. That was an opportunity to actually get some damage in, but unfortunately, that's not the case. STB goes down as the Progetto EVR and 105 push in. We've got double 277 playing the flank, but you know, they're not really doing any much because the team's not deployed there. Gets a shot in the EVR, and he's shot in the EVR, especially in this kind of game where EVR can make use of its camo and mobility is super important. Alright, so now he wants to make use of the spotting done on these heavies. 1, 2, should be able to get him with the next shot. He's looking for it, Can he find a shot on the 2-7? Meanwhile, the other tanks are trying to push around as well. It's quite evenly poised at the moment, but I'd have to say, well, he can't get a shot on 277, it's too much risk there. So, no more shot, and the 277 goes down. He's going on reload. Playing mid-ridge once again, the top ridge. 277. I don't know, at this point I might have tried to load heat, especially if you've got so much that's left, but that's not, as long as you can pen a shot's no biggie. Just looking for shot on the 5A, but it's very dicey at best, same for the object as well. Sheridan's in the open. Oh, he flips himself. That's good night, Sheridan. Full clip just going into him right now. And then there's the object, but you know, while he's reloading, can't really do anything. So, you know, the AP clip still works, but honestly, I'd definitely be switching to heat if I were here. But yeah, that's all right. Like it might make all the difference if you need to shoot at 277. Leo's making a push on the other side against a lone block. Yeah, he thinks he can take it. I mean, the Foch can get flanked here as well. FV spotted, so right now the enemy team's actually quite split, and that might be a problem. If he gets his whole clip off in the meantime, that would actually kill him. Fire's going to help as well. Doesn't quite finish him off, and he needs a last shot to actually pull it off. So yeah, still loading that one shell in his clip. I think he needs to realize that he's only got one shell loaded. But, you know, doing a lot of damage, 3.2k right now, so normally in ranked, you know, if you can get over 3k damage, you know, it's a pretty good game. Still has a lot of hit points left in reserve. And now, it's only when he reaches the end of his clip that he's actually realized, yeah, we've only got one loaded. Should load the heat instead. So at the moment it's quite evenly poised right now. Yeah, Spencer's team, they're tank up, but you know they're down about 1.7k hit, 8k hit points. You know, that said, I like the tanks for tank positioning for Spencer's team a bit better, because you know they're together. Then they don't have an FV that's not really holding anything, and can't self-spot either, and he's always going to be weak to if he gets lit by an EBR, just like as he is right now. So just a free shot for Spence here. He's going to look for the flank as well, but Spencer's got to be careful here. There's still an EBR in play. Spots the CS. Oh, okay. Ooh, that was a bit lucky. Yeah, I was thinking if he backed off in that direction, FV's got a shot in his ass, and you know, if that had connected, that would have been lights out for Spence here. But he gets away with it. And the CS3, 63, I don't think he's in a good position, especially if the EBR is where it is. That means that the CS is very isolated. Most likely we'll be able to make use of it. Holding back a little. 277 anchoring at the south, getting shots on the CS right now. Yeah, so it's basically a 4-on-6 situation with the FV completely out of the picture. Spence here, he's looking for flanking opportunities against 2-7. FV gets lit by the EBR, but nothing. Oh, he's going to take advantage of the spotting by the EBR. Nice. So yeah, I mean, he had two choices. He either goes for the 2-7 or he goes for the FV. So FV's not on much health, so he can finish the FV quickly before he tries to ram the EBR. Nails him, and he goes back on reload. Pretty solid movement by him at this moment. 5A is holding the rear. That's where most of the hit points are. And okay, the team is still quite low, but you know we still have an EBR that's quite active. Can be a bit dicey if they decide to push, but with the 5A just sitting there at the rear, you know he's not really going to be able to. Gets one on the drive wheel at the back. EBR also spotted as well, as EBR thinking, okay, I need a reset cap. So Spencer is going to try to line up a shot on the TVP because, well, both of them one shots for each other. But if we can clear out the EBR, then this is a much safer win. Hit points are starting to even out right now, and the 5A just over in the rear. So really what's just going on is the 5A is just wasting a lot of hit points. Or EBR goes down, that could be big. Like if the EBR can actually break out of this flank, then he might be able to do something. So Spencer's moving north to try to prevent the EBR escaping north. Because yeah, if the EBR manages to break through here, it's actually good GG. He's actually got most of the hit points on the team, so he can afford to push. This is the kind of situation where the TVP can actually capitalize on loads of hit points, and he can basically clip almost everyone on the enemy team. Except maybe the 277, but the 277's stuck in the river. Can't really do much there. Whiffs a shot against EBR, and he goes on full reload. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I mean, how much health is the is the 5A on? Anyway, 277 takes a few shots. He's in a ditch, having to deal with like a super conk and a 277. And Spence actually gets a few shots on the side as well, but can the 277? Oh, he whiffs the last two, but doesn't matter because the super conk gets him. 5A is trying to push him, but won't be able to, with Spence being on reload. The good thing about the Super Kong and 277 positioning is they'd be able to spot an EBR if you try to sneak around. EBR's come down, killed the 277, and that leaves Spence alone here. But the 5A is going to be looking the wrong way, whips a shot, sets him on fire, and the 5A misses. That could be an important miss. EBR's got autoplay for. It's really important for Spence to keep the EBR lit. If the EBR... Okay, so this is a mistake by the EBR. EBR just runs away here. He could potentially win the game by outspotting everyone, but because he's in a position where he's going to get lit, just let Spencer finish him off. 5 kills and 6.5k damage. A great game by Spencer. So Spence here, he's done about 6.5k damage, a lot more damage than people normally do in ranked, getting 1.4k XP as well. Best thing about his play was, you know, he was able to conserve his hit points until the very end, look for opportunities to try to clip people, support people from mid. When you have mid control, the way that Spence's team had, it's very easy to go from side to side to support, you know, whatever tanks on either side, and that's what helped Spence get the damage and kills that he had. The heavies at the end did very well in holding their positions, which meant that even if the enemy team wanted to break out, especially the EBR once when they knocked out Spence's EBR, they weren't able to. They managed to squeeze out the enemy, put them in awkward positions, and, you know, take advantage of the strengths of their tanks. So yeah, pretty well played, definitely well played by Spence, but also well played by all the other heavy players as well. A lot of the AU server games, they're quite fast-paced, high-tempo games, and that's the kind of gameplay that's quite enjoyable. I do recommend, you know, 10v10s ranked. I really love the game mode, as opposed to, you know, the 15v15 it was in the past, where it was too easy to do well as artillery, so people played artillery, and the games became a lot slower as a result. A lot of Australian games do play like that, and it's a lot of fun. I would recommend it if you have a chance to play ranked. On to our next game here, and we've got Bossatron. He's in his Strv, so it's a little bit different to all the meds that normally playing this game mode. He's on Live Oaks, and yeah, lots of meds on the team. Team wants to go rails, so yeah. I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit. Bossatron's just making his way to rails along with the rest of the team. The whole team's actually grouped up. This is quite common in ranked, when the whole team just decides to group together and just push together to an area, get an overmatch, and make full use of it. There's a lot of Clan Wars players as well here, so you know, they kind of know what to do here. Order basic, you know, focus fire, group up, take advantage of overmatches as fast as possible, like this one. So Bossatron hasn't done any damage yet, but we're already up 2k damage. And he's looking to make use of this ridge. It's a great ridge for him to be able to use, and it's possible because his team is being able to push up as much as they can. There's a good shot in the STB, so now he's trying to pepper all the other supporting tanks that, you know, are trying to hold down on the rails. Get a great shot on the Object 140, and in his probably position, he's probably the only tank that can damage. Not a shot on the object, so he's just actually, you know, giving it to the tanks at the bridge, and, you know, trying to stop his meds from, you know, pushing on the rails. So no more shots there, so he pushes up and decides to take the rails so he can shoot the other side of the rails, especially once the Super Kongs 277's back out. Takes a shot on the 140, hands it, and now he's just looking for anything that might be trying to come around, try to avoid the mass of meds and heavies that are trying to push into push around and knock out the tanks that are sitting underneath the bridge. You % on fire here, it's probably dead here as well. Gets a blind shot on the SCB, very good anticipation, and manages to pick him up. Very important kill because it means that one of the tanks that could poke over onto the mass isn't able to anymore. So T-57 Heavy's left alone, and he's getting spawned by about 5 tanks now from the SCB. Strv. Golden sees though, in the distance, manages to land a shot. Doesn't even need sniper mode here. Takes another on the Progetto, and then someone takes him out blind after that. 99. Backs up again. Looks for a shot on the Leo, but can't seem to find it. EBR and the SCB on his team are actually pushing the Leo right now, so make sure work with the Leo. So last tank left alive, 978 HPs. In a Leo, you're not going to stand up to, you know, what's left here. So this is pretty much over. Positron here managed to make use of the ridges in his position while the rest of the team was able to push forward, and he took full advantage of all the spotting that was offered. The Leo takes a shot, obviously not from the K1 corner because we've fully scouted that, so the last Leo is playing a town, goes into siege mode, but you know, with about 8 or 9 tanks looking at you, this Leo isn't gonna poke. And he didn't. In fact, the Leo knows what's coming, so what he's going to do now is just trying to back out and get out of there. Like trying to turn it into as much of a 1v1 situation as he can. Takes a shot from either Leo or EBR, can't really tell from this distance. And he gets into town where he can try to force him a 1v1, try to get as much as he can out of this game. Takes another shot from the EBR, also shoots the EBR as well. And he finishes off the EBR, so, you know, just by making his run, yeah, he's not going to win this one, but he was able to do a little bit of damage, extra damage there, get an extra kill. That might be important for his XP count. And with that, the game's over, and the game's won. Great game by Positron here. He's in a Strv, normally associated with, like, you know, sitting at the back, but in ranked, completely different role. He can actually keep up with the meds and be able to act as an anchor to try to suppress, you know, enemy tanks trying to take some hard-earned areas, or try to suppress tanks at the rear, which allowed the rest of the team to push a lot more easily. A lot of the games are playing out like this, so yeah, if you can play ranked on the EU server, I'd recommend it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have any other awesome replays of ranked, I'd love to see them. I'd love to cast them as well, so feel free to send. Emails in the description. Anyway, thanks all, and hope you have a good one, and hope to see you in ranked. Bye for now.